The new era of Mega Evolution Pokemon is here, and we are going to be kicking things off with the free deck that we get in Pokemon TCG Live, with some upgrades, of course. And we're going to be starting off with one of the first two Mega Evolutions that we were ever introduced to, and that is Mega Lucario EX. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And just before we talk about Mega Lucario EX, I know I've been away from the channel for a little while. Stick around till the very end. I'll tell you about where I've been and all that if you care. Otherwise, yeah, keep watching and let's talk about this Mega Lucario EX deck. Mega Lucario is a stage 1 Pokemon with a whopping 340 HP, making it as big as a regular stage 2 EX or VMAX Pokemon from back in the day. And this one happens to drop 3 prizes, which gives the whole dynamic of this deck a lot of risk, a lot of reward. And for that exchange of 3 prizes, you are getting some awesome attacks here. Aura Jab for 1 fighting energy does 130 damage, and you can attach up to 3 basic fighting energy cards from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon in any way that you like. You can use this to power up another Lucario, or you can use this to power up a Hariyama. And Hariyama's amazing in this deck. Most of the time, or a lot of the time, I find that I'm using Heave Ho Catcher as an ability where once during your turn, when you evolve up to Hariyama, you can gust one of your opponent's bench Pokemon into the active spot, which is an amazing alternative to Boss's Orders, item-based, and it's not a bad attacker either, with Wild Press for 3 fighting energy, 210 damage, and you do 70 damage to itself. But 210 damage is going to be a really solid number where you're knocking out some of the smaller basic EX Pokemon for 2 prizes, potentially hitting something for weakness like a Pheasantipity with a single prizer. But also we have ways of squeezing out even more damage in this deck, which can make it an even more potent uptrade against some of the bigger EX Pokemon. The second attack that Mega Lucario has is Mega Brave. For just 2 fighting energy, you're doing 270 damage, and then during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Mega Brave. Now, the stipulation on there is kind of annoying, and it does make you rethink some of your offense. You might want to play a switch card in your deck to try and reset this effect so that you can do it back to back, but this deck, as it currently stands, doesn't really allow you to do that. There are other ways of doing it, so to speak, like if you Turo away the Lucario in the active and you bring in a bench one that can then do Mega Brave, you could do that, but generally speaking, you're swinging for 270 plus and then going back into the Aura Jab. And making that 270 even better is, and let's dig into the deck here in particular, is Premium Power Pro, where during this turn, your fighting Pokemon do an extra 30 damage for each Premium Power Pro you play. So you could play multiple of these in a turn and squeeze out upwards of an extra 120 damage, which gives you the opportunity to one-hit KO a 3 prize EX potentially. And then we've got Maximum Belt as our A spec, which allows us to do an extra 50 damage onto our opponent's EX Pokemon. So Lucario can swing for massive amounts of damage if need be. And then the final Pokemon line we have in here, we have 3-3 line of Riolu Lucario. We've got a 3-3 line of Makuhita and Hariyama. Again, even if you're not using this as a single prize attacker, just having multiple Makuhitas in play that can act as Boss's Orders once the Hariyama comes in makes it awesome in and of itself. And then last but not least, we've got the Solrock and Lunatone line, and this is a pretty awesome combo in the game, and you're going to see this combo in pretty much any deck that can squeeze this in, because Lunar Cycle is an amazing ability where it allows you to discard a basic fighting energy from your hand and then just draw 3 cards, and you can only do this one once per turn, so you don't necessarily want to have multiple Solrocks and Lunatones, just one, and then you can just draw 3 cards when you discard an energy, which also synergizes with Mega Lucario's Aura Jab, where you can discard that energy and then just attach it to somewhere else after that Aura Jab attack. And then Solrock's actually not that bad either. It's got Cosmic Beam, where for only 1 fighting energy, you're doing 70 damage. If you don't have Lunatone on the bench, it does nothing, but it's 70 damage and it does shred. It's not affected by weakness or resistance. And actually, no, it doesn't do shred. It's not affected by weakness or resistance, not other effects of attacks. It might still get walled, but there isn't really anything that's going to wall this off. But yeah, getting around resistance is great. You're swinging for a clean 70. And again, you can pair this up with stuff like Premium Power Pro and Maximum Belt for a little extra damage. Like Maximum Belt plus swing with Solrock, you're rarely ever going to do that. But there will be times where Cosmic Beam is going to be enough to take out something like a Charmander or a Ralts, or you might want to play a Premium Power Pro to get a little higher up and take out something a little heftier like a opposing Riolu. For training cards, we got 4 copies of Fighting Gong. This card's great, letting you grab either a basic fighting Pokemon or a basic fighting energy card from your deck, putting into your hand. Amazing synergy with this deck. So 4 of here for sure. 1 copy of Town Store, allowing you to grab a tool card from your deck, and there's a bunch of tools in this deck, not just Maximum Belt. We also have an XP share, where when your active Pokemon is knocked out, you can then move one of their energies onto the Pokemon with XP share. There are some times where the juggling the energy can be a little weird, where maybe you're short an energy on Hariyama, or you want to get at least 1 energy on a Lucario so that it can follow up on the following turn. So XP share, nice for that. 3 copies of Night Stretcher in order to recover either a Pokemon or a basic energy card from your discard pile. 4 copies of that Premium Power Pro in order to do plus 30 damage per card you play, like per Premium Power Pro. 1 copy of Nest Ball to get a basic Pokemon down. We've got 1 copy of Artazon to get any non-rule box Pokemon onto our bench from our deck. 2 copies of Boss's Orders. Yes, tons of gusting in this deck. And yeah, this lets you switch one of your opposing bench Pokemon into the active. Lots of gusting options in this deck and helping you make the most of the damage. And sometimes it can be in weird spots. You may not have the power tabs or the premium powers in the moment, and you just need to hit something else. Boss's Order is great for that. 2 copies of Air Balloon in order to reduce retreat cost by 2. In particular, there are going to be times when you start the Makuhita and you're going to be frantically searching for that Air Balloon to get it out of there. We also have 2 copies of Iono for hand disruption, where both players shuffle their hand, put it to the bottom of their deck, and then draw equal to the number of prize cards you have remaining. Great for making a comeback, because if you're behind on prizes, you will end up with more cards than your opponent. A heavy count of Professor Turo's scenario, where you just get to put one of your Pokemon in play back into your hand, and you have to discard everything else. And again, great synergy with Lucario here, where you usually have enough HP to tank a hit, but then if you take another hit, you're probably going down, coughing up 3 prizes. Turo's scenario just takes that Lucario out of play, and then you could potentially, if you've got another Riolu in play, you can then evolve that one up to Lucario and keep your offense going. So a pretty high priority card. Also can help you get the Hariyama out of play, or lets you scoop that up so you could potentially reuse it for later. 3 copies of Research, discard or hand, draw 7 cards. One of the it's probably the most aggressive draw card in the game, but we have a new draw engine in Lillie's Determination. This card is awesome. You shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 6 cards, unless you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, at which point you can draw 8 cards. And then 4 copies of Ultra Ball in order to discard 2 cards, grab a Pokemon of our choice. You may have noticed no Buddy Puffin in here, because unfortunately none of these basic Pokemon have 70 HP or less. Last but not least, 8 Fighting Energy, and then 1 copy of Reversal Energy. I'm not sure if we end up using this in of the matches I played today between the stream and recording after the fact, but if you're behind on prizes, you can put this onto your Makuhita, or onto your Hariyama, and instantly cover that 3 attack cost in case for whatever reason you aren't able to get the fighting energy on there. You could use the reversal energy and then swing for Wild Press. It's a very situational tech, but I was glad to have it in the matches where I did need it. General game plan, you can go first and potentially set up for a turn 2 Mega Lucario swinging for 270 damage, but I generally like to go second so that I have the opportunity to potentially build a wider board state, getting my Riolus, Lunatones, and Solrocks and Makuhitas in play. Generally speaking, I like to have 2 Riolu, 2 Makuhita, and then a 1/1 of the Solrock and Lunatone in play so that by turn 2, Lucario can come in, start swinging, get a Hariyama to potentially gust something in, and hopefully we've got energy discarded along the way so that after that Aura Jab, we can start to power up either a Riolu or a Hariyama. And I do find that this deck hits really hard. I love the amount of gusting options that's in here, and it's a ton of fun to play. I think the biggest problem with this deck is that Gardevoir still exists, and Gardevoir absolutely eats this deck for lunch. It's not impossible to beat Gardevoir, but it's a really, really bad matchup, and Gardevoir is going to continue to be really popular and incredibly strong, and getting cooked for weakness by Gardevoir is probably going to limit the ceiling of how high Mega Lucario can go, at least until rotation. But for the time being, I still think this deck is a lot of fun, decently strong, and you are like 1 to 2 Mega Braves away from just like winning the game. So really love its attack potential here. All right, let's get to these matches. Our turn, we are going to get our... Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent starting hand here. We do have to get a Riolu up, and I will put some energy on this Lucario, and we will hold off for now because I might want the second energy here depending on what we end up facing off against. I think we are going to want to punch a Dreepy in the face if it comes... nah. Oh, no. That does kind of suck knowing that we just sent all our tools, and they're going to item lock us here too. That sucks really bad. What we can do to potentially get around this is... Oh, we can't power pad here. That's not ideal. Oh, we can Turo. We can Turo here. I think that might be a bit extreme, but we can do it. And I think I'm actually going to do it to get the Badoo out. Or get the Makuhita out, and then we can just punch this. And we will go and attach energy to the other Riolu on the bench. And let's go Accelerating Stab for 30. Just to take that out and say, bet, you don't have the pieces going forward. And I'm going to try and Hariyama and punch this in the face on the next turn if you are not ready for it. Okay, that's not necessarily the worst. There's the Hariyama. And we do have Fighting Gong. We do have Ultra Ball. So we should be good to at least hit this one. And hopefully they might have Neo Upper Energy in their build. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely want to punish them going like, go fast. This is a very strong starting line though. Yeah, the Dracloak, we want to punch this immediately. It's on site. Would love to get a Solrock Lunatone down, though those might get punished pretty bad by... Here comes the Jamming Tower. That's not gonna matter right this second. Okay, cool. Yep. Night Stretcher, not gonna do anything right now. Let's go Hariyama and Gust up the Dracloak. Yep, give me this. And let's go Ultra Ball away. You know what? I should have played Fighting Gong here and then Ultra Balled away that energy. And then we would have something to accelerate. Though, not necessarily the worst fate if we go and Fighting Gong and just grab an energy now to accelerate to Lucario, so that we have that Mega Punch option available for us later. And let's go Lillie's Determination for... Still, 6 is good. 6 is good. And yeah, maybe we put down a third Riolu. If we put a third Riolu, then we can't play the rocks. That part sucks. That part sucks. Let's hold off for now. Let's just go an Aura Jab for 130. And unfortunately, not going to get any extra energy acceleration here. We will take a prize, though. We take a nice 2-prize lead. Reversal energy, probably not going to matter right this second. They get the Dusk Noir. They will probably blow up. Oof. Shuffle draw 8. Crazy. What would they blow up? Maybe soften up the Lucario? Or they take out the Riolu. And this is why I was kind of concerned. But I think if we have another Riolu up, we're fine. Okay, Poffin. Yeah, as long as they don't find a Neo upper energy, I think we're okay. And we can save, like, the premium powers for some big punches here. And let's see, maybe they save this for helping to take this out in one go. I don't know if they pop Dusk Noir right now. But yeah, we're either going to boss KO this Dracloak or... Okay, maybe we're not. Hariyama gets stuck. And that's really bad. Okay. So that changes the calculus here some. This is not going to count. It's only going to count as 1 energy unless we're behind on prizes. So we are just stuck. And that's not good. I think we can put the reversal on it. And do we play the Lucario just to get this out of range? I think we do. But yeah, having this stuck right now feels terrible. And I don't want to burn the premium powers. Like, because we might need that. But if I don't research right now and I don't find a thing, we could be in trouble. Okay. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. I'm kind of hoping now Dragapult comes out and you hit this for 200. And then you just soften something up. And then we've got the premium powers here and we can just blast. But the counter patcher play was really good. And we were not ready for Hariyama getting stuck right this second. So that feels terrible. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to research this hand. I think we are just stuck. It's interesting, Latias. I know, like, in the last couple months, Latias has become a staple in this deck, especially with, do they have it? And they're going to start bombing? Yeah, they'll just retreat out. And so, yeah, taking out the Hariyama is actually fine. I would rather that. 270. Yeah, 2 power tablets is what we need to... Premium Power Pros is what we're going to need to one-shot this Dragapult. So yeah, if they drop 6... I'm kind of okay with that. If we... Nope, counter catcher up the Lucario. That does suck. That does suck because they can blow that up later. And we don't have a way of healing that. Not ideal. Not ideal in the slightest. If we go Turo scenario, Night Stretcher. Yeah, I think that's the play. Turo scenario, Night Stretcher. We get the energy back. Take this Lucario off the board. We Night Stretcher back one of those energies. And we accelerate the one to the... Actually, yeah, we go here to the fresh one. And we put another Riolu down. Do we put another Riolu down? Like, there is a world where they take 6 prizes. Is there a world where they take 6 prizes in one go? I think we hold off for now. And right now we're doing 270. We're going to burn double tablet here. And we are going to smash for 330. And say bet. You don't got it like that. Now what? Okay, Dragapult up. 1 energy. Would love to get at this. And we might have to research away our hands so that we can smash this thing. Or is it Gust KO? Oh, okay. Our options will be greatly limited at this point. Lillie's determination is very good here. Yeah, if we can Aura Jab and get the... Yeah, if we have 2 more tabs, that would be amazing. And just, like, knock out this Dragapult. But we also might be able to get away with knocking out this Latias later. Yeah, if they're just swinging for 70. Yeah, Jet Headbutt, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go attach to the Lucario on the bench. And let's go Lily's Determination. And yeah, the rocks, unfortunately, not coming to fruition here. Actually, you know what? Do we Soul Rock Lunatone right now? I think we do. Potentially risky play here. We Night Stretcher to draw more cards. And we Lunatone up. And, ooh, yes, we can Hariyama later. Let's go and XP share to the second Lucario. And I don't think they're going to be able to take out both in one go. And let's hold off on the... Yeah, I think we just Aura Jab right now. And we'll attach the second one. And we've got, potentially, if they don't Iono us again, we can take this Dragapult out. We can take out this Latias. So let's see where this goes. Also, yeah, I shouldn't have attached the energy to this Lucario. It's just going to move it here. So we have 3 now. So that was a misplay for sure. That was not ideal. Oh, okay. They're going to retreat. They don't got it like that, so we can Mega Brave here and yeah, just punch out. Okay, well, we're gonna have to find this Hariyama again with just 2 cards. And that's gonna be a problem. Oh, okay, no. If we Fighting Gong to thin, that might help. And then Lily's Determination and potentially find it. That would be cool. They are saving the Dusknoir for a more opportune time. And I don't play... Actually, playing Fighting Gong now doesn't help because the hand's just going to get shuffled back in. Let's go and Town Store here. And... do we grab like a Max Belt or something? Just the thing. I might want Balloon. I'm not entirely sure what I would want. Let's go Lily's Determination. And we do get the Hariyama. We can Mega Brave right now. Yeah, let's go Hariyama here. And let's go and swing into the Latias. 240. Yeah, we should take the KO here. Yeah, 240. Let's just do it. For game. GG's. So the big bad Dragapult, Dusknoir, and we prized Maximum Belt, so there wasn't a point looking for that. Yeah, the big bad Dragapult goes down to brand new Lucario there. I thought we played that decently well. Yeah, the XP share with the energy attached, that was not good. I should have put that onto the Makuhita on the bench so that we could potentially build that up later should one of our Lucarios get KO'd. Unfortunately, I mean, Dragapult did get some action there, but unfortunately, yeah, we were able to set up pretty well, and Lucario just smashing for massive damage helped us carry through, being able to one-shot their Dragapult EX, put them in a really bad spot early on in the game. And then from there, having the extra gusting from Hariyama was awesome. GG's. Yeah, so we're getting hit for weakness. This is going to be awful when they take 3 prizes with a Drifloon knocking out. Okay, we get the Solrock. We'll attach the energy here. And let's go Lily's Determination for a Shuffle Draw 8. Which feels absolutely busted. And yeah, we'll get a second Riolu down. And Nest Ball, we can get a Lunatone down. And this is... we can discard that basic energy and go grab ourselves 3 cards. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And we got a Mega Lucario in hand. And unfortunately, yeah, that does no damage. Resistance to fighting. Ugh. Okay. If they've only got the Curly out right now, we will punch them very hard. And then we can accelerate the energy to Hariyama. New Mega decks kind of seem cool to you. Awesome. Ah, they hit the Buddy Poffin. They've got one more. Okay, got the Monkey. They're down to 3 cards. Let's see where they go. We will punch this in the face. And we will go Lucario up top. And I will Lunar Cycle here, throw that in the discard pile. We have a pretty decent hand here. I don't have... I probably want the Hariyama, right? Or I need the other thing. Yeah, let's go Lily's Determination here again. Just shuffle, draw 8, which is nuts. Now we get the Makuhita. That's what I was looking for. So that we can power up a... yeah, do we want to attach to... yeah, we probably use the... get the energy on there just in case, and then we're going to Aura Jab for 100 and accelerate that to... let's get that on the Makuhita here. And now they're going to need Rare Candy, Guardy in order to make stuff happen. 4 out of 5 opponents play with Hydrapple instead of Dragapult. They get a Fez. Would love to boss that up. Get themselves a Curlia. Do we take the... Oh, they get the Rare Candy. Yeah, Rare Candy Guardy. And do they get the KO here? And that's going to suck if they have the energy. Do they have the energy? If that's an energy in hand, that's going to be so sad. Please no. Please no. Okay, they don't have it. They don't have it. So, I could go and Gust. Actually, you know what? Let's go Fighting... Do we Turo here? And then knock out the... Let's go grab an energy. And because we have the Hariyama, and the Hariyama can knock out... I think that's what we want. Oh, what does Hefo Catcher do? Evolve one of your... Hold on. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon, you may use this ability. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. Yes. Actually, yeah, we'll go and take this Fez. I didn't have to play boss for that. Are you kidding me? And we can go... So do we then just Turo instead? I don't think so. Actually, yeah, Turo does mean they can't get the... They can't get 3 prizes. And we just evolve up to the Lucario after, assuming they don't Iono us into oblivion, which I do kind of like. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Also, I should be recording this match, and I am not. Okay, that's fine. 270... As they have resistance to fighting, right? Yeah. That's going to take a lot to knock this thing out. That's actually a problem, too. Okay. Let's see if they're stuck with 1, right? If they bring Guardy up and they don't top deck an energy, it's going to be very bad for them. The problem is if they do top deck an energy and then we're swinging for 130, like, what are we doing at that point? Let's see. Okay, they're bringing in the monkey. I don't blame them for that. Now, is there a way? Yeah, I think we Gust the Guardy up, right? If we have the opportunity to just swing into it. And then we build a Lucario back up for later. I think that's the play. And we have 2 energy in the discard pile, so we can get a Lucario set back up. Turo was actually really cool there, and just taking that play off the board. And yeah, this is generally a bad matchup. I thought we were absolutely cooked, but we're actually in a great spot right now, because they were a little too slow to set up. Yeah, there we go. So we are going to swing Bigly into this Guardy here. And if we can get another, you know what? If we go and we'll get rid of this Lunatone, and we'll get rid of this Riolu, and we get another Makuhita down so that we potentially have another Gust option in play for us, that would be amazing. And I think we power up a Riolu here. Arguably should get another Makuhita setup, but I'm going to go with the Riolu here. And I don't think I need to draw more cards. I think we're fine leaving it as is, and we'll swing for 180 here. And now they're in tough. Like, if they don't have an energy right now, yeah, maybe gusting in the Monkey Dory. We can Ultra Ball and Hariyama them back in, which would be nuts. Could have been used to find the Makuhita. Yeah, that I didn't realize the Fighting Gong was also. This is my first time seeing this card. Yeah, basic. Yeah, you're right. The first time I played Fighting Gong, it did have the Pokemon on there. So, the more you know. I'm not necessarily mad at. Yeah, they're just gonna let the Gardevoir eat it here, and I'm still not going to. Yeah, I think we just swing. We're gonna KO ourselves here in the process, and I think that's fine. And we'll just throw like a Riolu up in there. Yeah, or we throw in the. Do I need to draw more cards? I mean, it's always good to draw more cards. We do knock ourselves out, but we get them down to 1 prize. I think. Oh my goodness. This is a really annoying deck to fight against. I did fight this on stream earlier today. I don't know if any of the matches... I wasn't really happy with how today's stream went, and I'm not sure this is going to survive. So we are going to... I think if we get energy, you'll probably put energy on the bench. Yeah, this is... and they've got triple Bulbasaur. I think that's really good to get that established. Oh man, they like drew the nuts here. Okay, let's see how this goes. This is a deck I really want to play. This was very annoying to deal with, and we got close. We got close. Surprised it came down to like boss KO. Let's go get a second Riolu down. I am concerned, like if I put the energy on the second one, that I'm just going to get blasted. So let's go and get a Makuhita down. And I guess the worst case scenario, if they do pop off, is that, yeah, we can... I think we go with the active. I think we do that. And we Lillie's Determination here. Let's go shuffle draw 8. And this is a decent... Oh, we got the XP share. That's great. So we can put that on the Riolu. Let's get a second one down, and we can Accelerating Stab for 30. I think arguably, no, we probably didn't want to burn the power drink pro, whatever that I call it, power tablets. I'm still used to Mew VMAX. It'll take me a while to get used to the new jargon here. Oh, hi, they got. Oh, what does this thing do? Hold on. Any energy attachment uses heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. Okay, just adding to the tank strategy. I get it. Now, if they don't evolve this up, I think we want to Hariyama one of these Ogerpon and blast it in the face with a punch. Uh-oh. Here we go. We getting the Venusaur? Hopefully not. But yeah, I think we want the easy knock on one of these Ogerpon. I think the good thing is they don't have the Meganium line here, which means that they're not going to be able to... And they heal that damage, that's fine. And yeah, let's go and punch the Ogerpon here real quick. So I think we want to get rid of... Ooh, I want to hold them. I think we have to attach the max belt. But then what are we getting rid of? Because I need the energy. Or do I? I could gamble and say I'm going to get an energy on the other one. I think we're going to gamble here. Yeah, we're going to gamble. I'm going to take an Ogerpon. I'm going to get rid of Turo. And, ooh, you know what I should have done? Oh, okay, I can't do that. The Fighting Energy. Let's go grab a Lucario. And we're going to pray off the draw 7, we're going to get an energy. Okay, we definitely got it. We are good. Let's go and attach. And we, unfortunately, yeah, we have 1 energy here. So definitely want a Lunatone for later. I think we're just going to 180. Oh, you know what? If we go and burn the Power Pro, we hit for 210. And then we can save the Mega Brave for later. I do like that. So let's go 210. And we Aura Jab. We put some energy on, I guess, the Hariyama. Yeah, the Riolu we can accelerate off the XP share. And now we take a 2-2. We potentially have a 2-2-2 prize map. Second Shuckle. Oh, so, okay. I see what's going on. They can heal 1 per Shuckle. That's insane. That I don't like. But they do have the 4 energy, and if they can get this set up, and they've got the Forest of Vitality here, now it's just a straight shot to Venusaur. And yeah, they can heal 60. That sucks. So hopefully they don't hit the Ivysaur, Venusaur stretch. And then, yeah, we'll just go and punch through this Ogerpon next with the Mega Brave if it comes down to it. Oh, okay. They're going to save the Ivysaur. Yeah, I think we want the Ogerpon and take out the energy. Oh, they just scooped. Darn, GG's. Ah, that's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. I mean, we'll take it. And maybe this stays in the video because we did get set up really fast. And I think the key to this particular match was being able to go max belt and then extend with 1 power tab to take out the first Ogerpon, which then gave us the opportunity to Mega Brave on the second turn while also having the Hariyama in play. We were going to be able to take out the second Ogerpon and be in a very good position to win the game there. Unfortunately, our opponent they did not feel comfortable with where the match was going, and I don't blame them for that, but we'll take that win. GG's. There we go. That's a look at Mega Lucario EX. I think this deck is a lot of fun, has some potential. I do think it does have that, unfortunately, the glass ceiling with Gardevoir around, but if you enjoy Lucario as a Pokemon and you like this playstyle, definitely give it a go. Just understand that if you're playing this in a serious environment, that Gardevoir is going to be a problem that is unavoidable for the most part, which will limit how far this deck can go. But I do think it is strong outside of that, and potentially once Gardevoir EX rotates, there is a world where maybe Lucario EX can shine even brighter. And before we wrap things up, we are pretty much done here, but if you want to hang out just for me to talk about why the channel, you may have noticed the YouTube channel got really quiet for a little while, and I did want to explain myself a little bit. So towards the middle of August, I did have some prior engagements or like upcoming engagements that were going to take me away from the stream, and the stream is what I use to record all of this content. And I pretty much have one time I can record anything, and one of those weekends I was going to be away at a cottage, and then the following weekend I was going to be away at Fan Expo, which was awesome, by the way. And then from there, it was just a combination of other family activities came up and other obligations, and a little bit of just like the game where it was at. I thought Black Bolt and White Flare was a miserable format where those cards were largely inconsequential other than like Air Balloon. Nothing really stuck, and we were just playing this meta that was, while good, like pretty much stale all the way, like for most of this rotation. And I just got really burnt out by the game. So on top of being busy, I just was not particularly motivated to play the game at that point in time. But Mega Evolution's here. I've been excited to see these new decks and play them and fight against them. And I do feel a bit more invigorated to come back and explore the new game and showcase some of the new decks for you guys and try them out for myself and see what I like here. And as far as the content on this channel going, I'm going to keep going as best I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be as consistent as I was before. I'm finding now, and I'm not sure how many of you guys know this, but I have a son who is 2 years old, and just it's amazing, wonderful. I want to be in his life as much as I can. And just the things that come with having a toddler now who we just have a lot that we want to do together as a family has just like gotten more and more involved, and finding the time to make this content is admittedly getting harder and harder and harder. And I think that when push comes to shove, my priorities are going to be my family and my career and all that. Again, this is not my full-time job. This is something that I have been doing for fun for years now. And I think it's amazing that this channel has gotten the support that it has. I appreciate each and every one of you that has watched one of these videos, subscribed to the channel, left a comment, and I'm very grateful for everything that you have given to me, and most importantly, like your attention and your time. And I'll continue to do what I can, but it's going to be a challenge for me going forward. Like, I'm now recording this past my bedtime on a Sunday night when I gotta wake up early for work. But I'm doing what I can to keep this going, because I do enjoy making content. I do enjoy playing the Pokemon trading card game, and I do want to continue this mission of trying to help others get into the playing side of the Pokemon TCG. As cool as it is to collect the cards, I think it's even better when you're playing the game and you now have a vested interest in what the text on the card actually says, and you then grow attached to the cards and have these stories about how Mega Lucario punched something for 330 damage and immediately knocked it out, and you won a tournament or something like that, and now you just have that attachment with the cards. Like, that's what I am into the Pokemon TCG for. Like, no hate to anyone who plays the game because they just like to collect the cards, but it's those types of stories and the lore that I have with the cards that makes me kind of want to stick with it and keep playing the cards and stay engaged. But for now, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @InThirdPerson. You can find me on Twitch at @InThirdPerson, where I try to stream every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Again, I've been gone for like almost 2 months on Twitch, and I will try my best to keep up where I can. And check out the website inthirdperson.com for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.